Alright, guys. We got 16 minutes to be able to speak to one another. Probably a bit less. So let me see how much value I can provide you in the shortest amount of time. I think that you can do anything that you want in this entire world if you just set your mind to it. Not many people do that though. Most people go throughout their entire life just drifting from circumstance to circumstance. And if you do that, you're gonna be destined to not do anything because life's gonna keep taking you here, then there, then there, then here. You won't be able to ever get to a destination that you're so comfortable with, but only because of the fact that you didn't secure a position within your mind previously of time so that you could be able to take advantage of the opportunity that perhaps would have been the one that you wished to have gotten or wanted. Anything in this world is possible. It doesn't matter what it is. People thought we couldn't fly for a while. Did you ever hear the expression, if pigs could fly? I don't know how that happened, to be honest with you. That one's a terrible expression. But the point I'm trying to get at is people laughed at the Warner Brothers or the Wright brothers. I'm sorry, yeah, the Wright brothers. People laughed at Henry Ford. People laughed at Walt Disney. People laughed at a lot of these people that are now huge successes. And if you give up on what you want, you're not gonna do anything. Like it's just sad. Like if you want a certain thing and the planning behind it is not sound or the idea is not sound, make sure it is. But if you know it's sound and you know it's good and you know it can happen, like it's gonna happen. You just have to put in the work and maybe get somebody else to do it for you. You don't always have to do it yourself. Andrew Carnegie said the secret of success is finding the right person to do the right thing for you. You don't have to do all the work. It just depends on how you organize it, your mindset, the people you have around you, the planning, the organization, your personality, how you are, the connections you make and have, the people you meet, and you go out there to meet, the finances that you have, if not having them, then finding an investor to have them, going the extra mile, always doing extra work, not doing the job when it's supposed to be done, but doing the job when it is done, even if it means you have to stay longer doing a certain kind of thing, always putting in extra work, doing more than what you were paid for, just all of that stuff together. Having faith, knowing that it's gonna happen, having a clear, definite purpose and goal and what it is that you need, having your time and your money budgeted hour by hour, and I guess 10% here, 15% there, and just your dollars, accounted for, and what it is you're gonna move for and push them towards. And then at the same time, also, leaving it up to God, because God plays a nice substantial role in that too. Faith and the law of attraction and the way He helps. You're able to do anything you want. Doesn't matter what it is. The principles that I just laid out, those are all of Napoleon Hill. You can pick them up, you can acquire them, you can acquire every single one. Napoleon Hill is a phenomenal man. Think and Grow Rich is a great book. You can also get the audiobook. I'll leave a link. I'll leave a link at the bottom so you can get it for free. I have Audible. If you don't have Audible, you get your first book for free. I don't get any kind of commission or anything. It's just, I think it's a great book and I do hope you like it. Earl Nightingale said, "We become what we think about." And quite frankly, well, that's very true. And here's why. It's because of the fact that the way Andrew Carnegie said, whatever we give our attention to grows and manifests, is kind of the reality of everything and how things are. Wayne Dyer also said the same thing. He said our thoughts create our intentions, or our intentions create our thoughts, and our thoughts then create our actions, and our actions create our reality. Something like that. Yeah, I think it's something like that. I'm pretty sure I hit it right on the nail. But that's just amazing. It's an eternal truth. You can look at any kind of spiritual book, any kind of spiritual book like that, and you'll find it. You get me? Like the Buddha, the Bible. Ask and it is given. You'll be able to have anything that you want in the entire world. If you just put in the work and you want it bad enough. And it's truly just magnificent, like spectacularly amazing. But not everybody sees this or knows this. And a lot of the time, because people don't see this or know this, they don't take control of their life because they don't know any better. It's not their fault. But you now have the opportunity and privilege of being able to take that in for yourself and really just using all of it to your advancement and your growth, which is spectacular. It's amazing because now you're able to really shape and design the life that you want. Like, let's say I want that car. It's a Rolls Royce. I've always wanted one. Then eventually you'll get it. You'll work your way to it. Let's say you wanted a certain kind of home. Well, then you'll get that home as well, working yourself to it. Let's say you wanted to impact the world of shot culture. Well, then you'll be able to do it too. Just give it some time. And well, it'll get done. Who am I? Who is anybody else to say that it's not going to get done? But it's just the very truth, and it's an eternal truth, and it's a great truth, and well, it's just one of those marvelous wonders of life that is just there, and you're able to do something with. Nothing is not possible, and everything is possible. It's just a matter of how you approach it and the mental state that one may have. If one thinks something is not doable, well, then one set himself up for failure. As Henry Ford said, whether the man thinks he's able to do it or not, he's right. They're both right. Because whatever you think you're going to be able to do, well, then this all happens to do. The difference between certain people in, I guess, certain kinds of success in their life, sure, talent may play a role. Okay, I give you that, of course. But a lot of the time, it's the one that dreams the biggest. It's the one that thinks the biggest and knows that they can do it. Since we become what we think about, inevitably, if we think bigger, then that's the one that's going to win. That's the one that should be feared to a certain degree. That's the one that, at the end of the day, is going to be the one that ends up doing the most, because within his own mind, he has created the image of being able to do anything within his reality. And I guess reality within the mind first, and then making it a real reality. But he created it. The same way Walt Disney was able to create all of Disney World within his mind first, and then bring it to life. When Walt Disney was going to die, on his in the bed of the hospital, he called his brother over. I don't remember his brother's name. Walt Disney was laying down, and he told his brother, "Look up. This is where I guess Magic Kingdom is going to be. That is where Epcot's going to be." And he was just trying to draw out, the things, how it was going to look like, how everything was supposed to be. Try to give him a sketch, trying to visually trying to draw what it was out for him, visually, which is spectacular. But at the end of the day, that just goes to show that you're able to create anything you want within your mind first and then out. Nikola Tesla did the same thing with all his ideas. And I'm sure many other great, successes and well-accomplished people were able to do the same thing too. Napoleon Hill also said it was an experience of a man that he wanted an idea so bad. He was looking for a certain kind of idea or invention, and then the invention so visibly popped up in front of him. And he drew it, and he drew it, and he wrote it, and he wrote it before it went away. But the mind is spectacularly powerful. You're able to direct it into anything and achieve it, which is great. What other value can I provide you so quickly? Because I know we're on a time limit. Knowing that, okay, let me give you the side effects about this. There's side effects that can be avoided completely depending if you take this rule and what I say into consideration. Now, let us say that you wish to do something. No, I'm sorry. Let us say you focus on things that you don't want. You complain about the situation that you have in your life right now. You complain how things are, and well, you take whatever you have for granted. You don't appreciate anything, and you're mumping and stumping, and you're saying this is wrong, and this is not the way it should be, and it should be like that. Alrighty then. What if you're complaining? By universal principle, by law, technically, whatever you give your attention to grows. And if you're giving your attention to things that you don't like, that is what you are going to get in your life. Well, that's just true now. Now, if you just reshift your focus and your attitude, and you develop a positive mental attitude, and you give out love, joy, and you keep attracting the things that you do want by giving your attention to the things that you do want, then well, your life just shifted. Now things are a bit different. It's one of those eternal truths that just can't be avoided. At the end of the day, if what I said is internalized, it's still there. So I really do hope you take it in. What else can I cover within those laws? The law of attraction is a very simple topic, and very briefly, it's whatever you think about, you're able to attract to you. What else? Okay. Visualization. In how I said we draw everything within our minds first, we must think of the person we wish to be, what kind of home we wish to have. We must draw our entire life, designing it within our mind first, within a sheet of paper, of anything, organizing yourself, whatever way is best for you. If you don't like doing that, don't do it. But whatever way will help you get to where it is you need to get to. Really drawing it and being definite on what it is, so that you're able to move towards that target. Because without a target and knowing what we want, it's like somebody shooting an arrow, but not knowing where the target is because there's none. You shoot an arrow, you might hit a target in the far distance. You just may. Life is beautiful like that. But since you don't have one, life is, well, not life. You may just not hit that target because you didn't know what you wanted at the beginning. A person can become extremely and highly successful by chance, perhaps, because maybe every single little thing went right. But the odds of that are slim to none. Most likely none. And if they did, it's probably not going to last. But if you have a target and if you keep designing your life and you're ambitious, you're a go-getter, you take action and you design your life, first, and you have all these principles, behind you, wanting you to win, you get rewarded for this. You're rewarded for achieving all these things. Execution is worship practically. It's phenomenal for a person who's working so hard. People admire that. It's such a beautiful thing. They're the visionaries, they're go-getters. These people are glorified. And it's plainly, what's the word I wish to use? I guess there's a particular word that I wish to use, but I don't know which. I guess stupendous. It's a wonderful thing, and it's just great overall. Just never give up, and keep achieving what it is that you want. If you have a goal, just keep working towards it. You get me? If you have a goal, just keep working towards it. Don't give up, and just really just put in the effort that you have to do. Because the last thing that you're going to want is to regret it when you're old. We're all going to die at one point. We don't know when we're going to die. We really, really just don't know when we're going to go. Like, at all. We have no clue. So really just taking advantage of the time that we have now. We're humans. Maybe at certain times we want something, but we don't work towards it. Okay? Start working towards it. But let's say, we have little minutes and slips of time that go here and there. That is okay. But just keep trying to move forward, and eventually you'll get it right and you'll knock it down. Self-discipline is a beautiful thing, and eventually if you try to develop it so much, well, then you will have developed it. And I promise you that. I can assure you that. A good tip and a good trick for that is the same way the law of attraction and how we're supposed to set in our own minds what we want first. We put ourselves into that state. This is the last key that it helped me come to this, and this is the last thing that I'm going to cover, and is a benefit. We must put ourselves within the state of what we want. If you wish to be a doctor, a lawyer, a phenomenally, world recognized actor, a singer, an entrepreneur, put yourself in that state of mind. Feel how you would feel, dress the way you dress, speak the way you'd speak. And then, well, since you're already in that state, you're going to be acting in that certain way. That's inevitably also going to take you towards what you want while attracting what you want, because you were living it the whole time. And it's going to lead up to everything. That's a beautiful habit to acquire. It'll keep you extremely positive also. It'll feel like everything already came true. And with imagination and visualization, how powerful it is, then that really just takes it in. We're able to, if Walt Disney is able to visualize, and J.K. Rowling too, the lady who made Harry Potter, were able to create those worlds. George Lucas, Star Wars, were able to create all of that within their head, within their mind first. Just imagine how beautiful and how powerful imagination is. We can do anything with it. It's limitless. It really is limitless. And then putting ourselves within that state of mind, within that frame, and doing what it is that we want to do before it's already done. Feeling the way we're supposed to feel before it's there. It's all going to take us there. That I promise you. I still want to do several things. But putting myself in that state, I can just feel something. And you'll feel it too when you put yourself in that kind of state. You'll feel better as well. That I can assure you. But not only that, if if you don't want to take it from me, I only took it from people who already did it, as in Neville Goddard, Andrew Carnegie, and all these people. Neville Goddard is the one that taught me how to do that, but all these other people visualize themselves as those people too. Andrew Carnegie said in your dreams, since you become what you think about. He didn't say since you become what you think about, but within your dreams, have big dreams, laugh big, live big. Just be king in your dreams. Just be king in your dreams. Dream lofty dreams. Dream big dreams. Beautiful big dreams. They're gonna happen if you keep working towards it. And I promise you, this is heaven right now. We're in heaven. This is heaven on earth. It can be hell, it can be heaven. Hell, if you don't know any better and you don't know how to deal with certain situations and life hasn't been the best to you because you haven't been as decisive, or maybe you're being sharpened for a particular thing. Or heaven, because you're able to live the exact way that you want. And everything worked out the way you wanted it to because you were persistent enough to work towards all that. Well, I gotta go. The timer just rings. That means I only have so much, I guess, storage left to be able to speak. This is heaven on earth, and you can do anything that you want in this entire world. I love you, and thank you so much from the bottom of my very heart for you actually taking your time to watch this. It means a lot. Thank you. Okay, since it's still recording, subscribe. Please subscribe and share it, please. If it was of value to you. Thank you. Subscribe and share.